What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be checking out Turtles of Greyskull, Sla'ker, the evil cybernetic snapping turtle. Now, we have the packaging there, the figure outside the box, and his accessories, along with the Build-A-Figure parts to build Metal Bato. So once we get all the parts together, there'll be a video that will, on its own, that will put everything together and review Metal Bato. Why am I saying it like that? I have no idea. Just ignore it. But anyways, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so first off, we are going to be taking a look at this wonderful packaging, this deluxe box that it came with. Alright, so on the top left and right hand corner, we got photos or artwork of Sla'ker. And then in the middle, we got Turtles of Greyskull, Sla'ker, Evil Cybernetic Snapping Turtle. And then I do like the fact that they have the card back and along the side of the box itself in the purple stone and with the ooze that's coming out on the sides and at the bottom. So that's pretty cool. And so and then you got the little piping right there. Then here on the top, right there, you got a little bit more of the ooze right there and piping. So kind of lets you know that that's part of the villain's side of things. And then here on the card back, you got a wonderful card that we'll take a look at here in a second of Sla'ker. And then on the outside of the box, you got Masters of the Universe X Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then here on the bottom left-hand corner, you have Build-A-Figure Metal Bato, and you got a photo of it right there. And it's 2 of 4, so it takes 4 of these deluxe figures to build them. And then here at the bottom, you got the Mattel logo. So then it says ages 6 and up. That's me. And then here you have a bunch of the copyright information right there. And then on this side, you got Turtles of Greyskull, and you got a photo of or artwork of Sla'ker. And then here you got Turtles of Greyskull with another artwork of Sla'ker as well. And then we come to the back of the packaging. I'll scoot this back a little bit. And then on the top, you got the Masters of the Universe, and then you got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, both on the left and right side on the top. And then here in the middle, you have the artwork with Sla'ker coming off the ooze pit, you know, the slime pit. And you got Shredder right there, and then you have Skeletor right there, and then you got Shredder right there above. So that's basically Shredder's head with the ooze coming down on Sla'ker. Excuse me. So here is the read up on it. So if you would like to pause and read, you may. And then here it says remove chest armor for robotic reveal. And then here it says Build-A-Figure Metal Bato. So these are the 2 pieces that come with this particular figure, the head and the waist with the legs. So once we get, like I said earlier, once we get all these pieces, we'll put them together. It'll be his own little video. And so then once you complete him, he'll look like this. So then you got 2 of 4. And then you got Mattel with empowering the next generation through play. So that is a look at the packaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure itself. So before I forget, and before we get to the figure, upon opening on the side of the packaging, you will notice that it gives you specific instructions, which is pretty cool. So on this side, you'll have it'll tell you that the shell comes off and that you can store one of your accessories. And so then we'll just pull this out, open this up, pull this card back, or card stock out, and then here is the card that comes with. A little warped because it's been in there for a minute. But I'm going to leave this in the plastic because I do like the boxes, and I do want to keep my boxes for these particular things because of the card back with the artwork and stuff. So here is Turtles of Greyskull, Sla'ker, and then here is the, well, you would actually have to open this. Alright, let's go ahead and take some time to open this and pull that out, because we'll put all the stuff back in and put it back in. Alright, so here is the back of the card. And it says Sla'ker, and then Evil Cybernetic Snapping Turtle. So if you want to pause and read that, it just basically gives you the mutagen master powers combination of Faker and Slash. And then of course we got the remove and swap parts, and it's just basically whatever is highlighted, it just says removable parts. So you can enjoy your figures by swapping parts out and creating your own, particular He-Man style figures with other swappable parts. Alright, so we got Sla'ker and his accessories, and these are the parts that came with it, like I mentioned earlier, but we'll go over these once we do a full review on him and put him together. So now we'll just take a look at Sla'ker, and we'll move him aside for a second. And I apologize for the background noise. There's kids outside playing, which is always a good thing. And oops, looked like Sla'ker took a tumble on the side. Anyways, so these are the accessories that come with him. They're like mutated size knives or whatever you want to call them. So this is the knife, and this is got some blades here sticking out, and look like daggers. And got two large ones and one little small one in the middle, and then you got the ones on the side here. So basically, kind of like a fist thing where you just put your fist through there and you stab people with it, I guess. So here's the knife too as well. So this is like a double whammy for whoever tries to face Sla'ker. So neat design. I really do like it a lot. I just wish it had a little bit more color, but I do understand what they were going for with this. So very cool, and I'm very happy that we got two of these. So all right, so let's go ahead and put these aside and bring out Sla'ker himself. Some people call him Sla'ker. So, all right. So, Sla'ker is a big boy. He's hefty. He's like a Super 7 sized figure, and for $24.99, that's a hell of a deal with the two accessories and the Build-A-Figure parts. And Super 7, they charge $55.99 or whatever it is for their figures that come with a few accessories, and that's about it. So looks like Mattel's doing this thing the right way. So, and very happy to find him. He was very hard to find, be honest. I had to search high and low for him at the time of his release, and it was very difficult. And I just got lucky one day and wasn't even looking for him, and kind of gave up, and there he was. So very happy. So anyways, so I do like the size, as he should be. He should be a large figure, because he is a snapping turtle, And so I do like the coloration, kind of like that Faker-esque coloration. And so his head right there looks pretty good. With the teeth all menacing and everything. I do like the fact that all the teeth are painted. And got the gum lines right there. Got that smile, that evil looking smile. And then he's got that one eye right there that's gold. And then he's got this regular eye right there along with the black bandana, which is cool. And then you got the chest piece, the battle damage, showing the robotic stuff right there. And you got the S belt. And you got the loincloth that's hanging underneath it, that's being held together by the belt along here in the back too as well. And then you got the purple boots. And the only thing I wish they would have did was just at least painted this like a different color, because it looks like his toenails are sticking out of the boots, or at least it looks like that. They should have just left the purple wrap, and then had the blue skin tone, kind of throughout the wrap. That would have been pretty cool. It's just a little nitpick. That's all that is. And then you got the shoulder, the Beastman-esque shoulder pads right here. And then you got the main shell right here, which is pretty large in itself, which is comes off and uses as a shield. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some time and we're going to undress him, I guess. Right, so here is Sla'ker, all stripped down, looks humanized. He doesn't have all his crazy gear on with the shell on or anything. So here it is. Here's the little gear thing right there. So instead of having gears or whatever, it has a pizza. So that's how he's powering up through pizza. So it looks like you got a little bit of, like a couple of cheese slices right there, along with pepperoni here on both sides and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I like how that's printed on there. So I think that's like a good print. And so it's not all sloppy or messed up, so it looks really good. I'm glad I got a good, pretty good copy of it. So, but yeah, so there he is with his purple trunks and purple boots and everything. And so, like I said, he's all humanized. So he doesn't look like a turtle anymore. He's like a big giant with just with a large head. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. I do like the color. Like I said, I do like the coloration. I like how they presented this character, in such a way that, even if you don't use any of the stuff, you can just use them like this, as a regular person with a turtle head. All right, so let's go ahead and put them back together. All right, so before we put Sla'ker back together, I do want to go over the articulation, because it would be a lot easier to do it this way without having all his gear on, because I'm pretty sure some of the parts will hinder some of it. Probably not, but it'd just be a lot easier if we go over it like this. So, of course, his head is on a ball, on a peg. So he looks up this way, looks down that way. So you can't really do a whole lot of looking. So it just barely glances up and doesn't even look down at all. But it can look sideways. And then, of course, you got the waist swivel right there. And then the shoulders on a hinge right there. And then up, out, in, and out. And then the elbow joint right there, got a single hinge and swivel. So, and then the wrist is on a hinge and swivel too as well. Rotate it all the way around. And then the legs, they got the He-Man style legs right there. So can't really do a whole lot with that. So it's about as far as splits you're going to go with that. So can't do a whole lot of forwards and backwards. At least mine can't, And then you got the hinge at the knees. So you got the single hinge and swivel. And then you got the boot cut right there. You can move side to side. And then, of course, you got the ankle, the hinge at the ankle right there. And then you got the swivel. So the ankle rocker a little bit, somewhat. So mine aren't that flexible. So yeah, so that's your typical He-Man origin style articulation. So now we can go ahead and get his gear back on. All right, so you're finally, and he takes a tumble. He is back heavy though with that shield. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some poses with his accessories. See what that looks like. All right, so we got Sla'ker with his daggers on his hands, so that was a little difficult to get on there because this is like really tight, and then you got to snap that in on the inside because normally this thing would just kind of like hang loose a little bit, but you have to push it all the way in. So just to get a full grip on it. So it does take a minute to get him to hold it flush, to be able to make it snug fit, and then you have to take some time to take it off. So while I do want to point out, while the swappable parts is a cool idea and all, but I do fear over time, I'm not going to be doing it. I like my figures as they are. It is a cool concept to do the swappable parts, but the more you do it, the more those ball joints are going to rub, because all the pushing in and out, tearing apart, and then plugging it back in and stuff over time. It'll probably wear out, and then it'll make the figure really loose and stuff. So these for me are just for display purposes only, just because I'm a huge fan of both franchises, and I do like them to be on display and stuff. So I don't necessarily play with my figures. I do from every blue moon, but it's just something to point out, just in case if you're wanting to create different things, which is not a big deal at all. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, just be forewarned. Like, the more you do it, the more the ball joints and the joints that you swapping in and out are going to wear out over time. So, but anyways, but yeah. So let's go ahead and try the shield. So here he is with the shield. It is nice. I do like it, but it is a little heavy. So I do have him holding it at the bottom. I don't know if that's the correct way to hold it, but it does make sense to hold it there, because that way, if you do display him like this, holding the shield is the main piece, will look like it's really protecting him, because I think if you do it on the other side, like if you hold it like this, the shield's going to be at the bottom. It's not going to really do anything. But, whatever your preference is, like I said, it's a snug fit, so you kind of have to mess with it, because his grip is really solid, not going to lie. But it's just trying to get this thing on him like that. So, or you can just have it holding like that. So, but anyways, the shield itself is just heavy. And that's what I was talking about, the joints being plugged in and out a lot of the times, because you're not going to be able to hold on to it much longer as it gets loose over time. So just forewarning, fair warning, that's all that is, And then, of course, you can plug this thing back in, and then you can have him storing one back there. Looks okay, but then it just creates that bin, so I wouldn't leave that in there, So, but yeah, let's go ahead and have him grip those things again. So you see that little gap right there? Then you just got to push that in there so we can get that full grip. All right. So let's go ahead and have him do some comparisons. All right, so the first comparison is we're going to compare it with the Megator Krang. So you can tell that Krang's a little bit taller with this little insert in the middle for his stomach. And so there you go. Just about at least a head taller. So that's pretty cool. That's the size of Krang put together fully, and again, Sla'ker, and there he is in regular form. So that's pretty cool. Still a little bit about the same size, just a tad bit. Just the only thing that's taller is the ponytail. And there he is next to Shredder. You can tell the size difference compared to a normal Shredder. With the Sla'ker, it's like twice as big. And there he is next to a Turtle Greyskull turtle. Michelangelo as He-Man. So yeah, it's a huge difference. And next up, here's a comparison with him and Faker John Cena. So I love that translucent on John Cena. That's so awesome. You know, so glad that he's a heel now. Makes for better television, in my opinion. So you got Sla'ker against John Faker Cena. So very nice comparison right there. Like I said, you know, you can tell the size difference, you know, with the regular origin style figure. And lastly but not least, here he is next to his vintage counterpart, Slash. So I love it. You know, it's come a long way. So this is so awesome. You got Turtles at the He-Man, Masters of the Universe, mastering together. It's a beautiful thing. So that will conclude this review. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did filming it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Sla'ker. And don't forget, words to wisdom. Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.